Hey there everyone, welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be checking out the IniBuilds A300 for Explain 11. It's perhaps my first Explain 11 video with an actual airliner, because I only had the 172 for Explain, and then the A300 was on sale for like £10. I got it and I fell in love with the aircraft. It's fantastic, so I decided to make a video checking it out. Starting up, you know, the basics. Essentially, lovely airplane, as you can see, very well modeled. We'll be flying Lufthansa Express today out of Heathrow to Frankfurt, a flight from 93 if I'm not wrong, winter 93, according to Flight Sim Dispatch, which is a very handy tool, by the way. So yeah, quite a bit of fun external walk around here so that you can see how nice it looks, and then we are gonna hop in and start the thing up, essentially. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. Quite a different video, all things considered. I mean, I haven't really been recording anything flight sim related for quite some time now. It's not that I have not been simming, I have been simming, but I just haven't been simming with different airplanes, stuff that I would like to actually show. But now I finally have something different out of the A320 limbo that I've been sucked into for so long now. So to start with, we actually gotta get on the EFB here and call the ground ops, because we need external power. Obviously we need the chocks, we need the air stairs. I mean, the jetway would be nice, but it doesn't work in Explain. I mean, it does for some specific sceneries. For this one, the default Heathrow, it does not. So we're gonna have to use air stairs and pretend that the jetway for some reason is not working. I mean, it's not that too far-fetched, is it? I mean, it does happen sometimes, but we can pretend that one day back in 93 the jetway was not working for whatever reason, and we're gonna be using the air stairs instead. So air stairs, oh, you gotta open the doors as well, so put in the 1 left and 4 left as well, so that we have the full-blown air stair suite, the whole experience. Nice. Then we get the chocks, the external power. There we go, we have it all, and now we should be all set. If you look outside, look at that. We have the air stairs there doing the job that the jetway should be doing, but for some reason they're not. And they're Frankfurt. Oh, they're custom textured. That's great. That's really great, but it's not. It's Heathrow, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, so we have the external power, we have the chocks, we have the air stairs. Now we should start the plane up. We have external power available, obviously. So first of all, nav lights. Then we arm the emergency exit lights, and we start up the batteries. 1, 2, 3. There we go. We have the batteries. Then we can enable the external power. There we go. Look at that. How amazing is that? Then, obviously, we move on to the next step, which would be, time to balance the sounds, because it might be a little too loud. Okay, that's better, I assume, for you guys. We move that to status. We move that to system 1. It's just so that we can see the time left until full alignment. It doesn't really matter. You could leave that on pause if you want. It doesn't really matter much, but I want to see the time left. So we do that one, wait for the back upper to vanish, and then we move on to this one. And once that's done, we move to the last one, the final one, and we should be good to go. Now it won't align until we actually get into the MCDU and type and click on align IRS, but for that we need a repair. I'm gonna try something. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, because, well, this airplane, it does have 2 different com stacks. You could use this one or a new one with 8 cars, but as this is a 93 flight, we should not be using the modern one for the sake of, you know, realism, because it would be a little, you know, I mean, 93, no 8 cars, no, it's not, that ain't gonna happen. So we're gonna be using the default, the OG radio stack. And with the OG radio stack, I cannot quite import the flight plan via SceneBrief, which I'm gonna demonstrate eventually with a new video once I fly a cargo airplane, which does have that equipped, because we strive for the goddamn realism. I'm gonna be showing you how to go about with that. But for now, we don't have that, so we have to be old school and load up a company route. So we departing out at Heathrow. Oh, that's not a G. There we go. EGLL to Frankfurt, and the file is 01, I think, which I imported to my FMS plans inside the output folder in Explain, and it didn't work. That's okay though. That's not a big deal, because I'm pretty sure I can do that via, because I was thinking it maybe would work that way, like it works with the A320, but it does not. But that's fine, because you can just do that instead. Oh my god, once again misclick. There we go. Now we have the flight plan all loaded up. We just need flight level, flight ID, and we can click on online. And now if you look up there, you can see that there's 8 minutes left until alignment. Amazing. All right, so now I'm gonna have to look at my flight plan, which I won't be able to show because it's capturing only Explain. But, well, essentially I'm gonna be getting the flight number, which is DLH 4021. So DLH, oh my god, 4021, like so. We put that in. The flight level, we're gonna be cruising at flight level 350 apparently. So 350 for the flight level. Cost index, Lufthansa, I think they use 10 now, but I mean that's back in the 90s, so the days were better, the grass was greener, one can assume. I'm not sure though, maybe it was not all that green, but who knows. 250 2039 for the average wind, which you can also find on the flight plan. 250 2039, you can find that near the if it's a Lido flight plan, it should be around where you can see the maximum takeoff weight and stuff, and it's not so hard to find, honestly. It's right at the very beginning of the flight plan, second header ish, and then it's right there. You can see average wind, AVG wind, and that's that value. You put the value in, and that should be about it. Now we should load the airplane. So we go on load sheet, we have the 0 fuel weight, the fuel on board, and the CG is going to be generated once we load this stuff in. So 0 fuel weight, it says 119.4, so we put that in, 119.4, there we go. Fuel on board, we have just about 12.7, so we load that in as well, and then we load the payload, and we take notes of the CG, which is 26.9. So 26.9, there we go. All right, so now we have the CG, we have the 0 fuel weight, we have the fuel on board. Now we can go back to the MCDU, page 2, bear in mind, fuel block 12.7 as fueled there. And then the 0 fuel weight is 119.4, oh, wrong bind, 119.4. It's gonna calculate the takeoff gross weight, which is 131.7. Let's see if it matches. It does quite match my figures from SceneBrief. 1317. CG is 26.9. There we have it. All right, that's half of the battle out of the way. And now I need to check the weather for Heathrow, which I'm gonna be using Mitar-TAF, which is a very handy website that helps you to get the meters and stuff and active runways. It's better than just you know, fetching it via sim, it's faster as well. So 1014 is the QNH, active runways 9 left and 9 right, and 145 knots for the wind, 16 degrees. Okay, so 1014 is the QNH for today. We changed that right there. Amazing. Oh boy, talk about lag. What the hell is going on? Oh, 25 FPS, that's what's going on. Which is okay, it's the airport. The airport's pretty big, it's laggy, but it's not the end of the world, you know, manageable. You can still manage just fine. So 1014, just making sure. Time left for alignment, we have a good 4 minutes. So time to plan the departure. We're gonna be departing out at 9 right, that's what SimBrief gave me. I'm flying offline, so it doesn't really matter much. DT1J. There we have it. Okay, we insert that. Lovely. So we have our departure set. Now just 4 minutes until we can finally get it. Start the APU and get the hell over here. Okay, so back to page 2 because we're gonna need the takeoff weight for 121.7 right there eventually. For the takeoff performance calculation. So we departing Heathrow, runway 9 right. Request the METAR, which I don't want to put that in manually. You could fill that in manually, but it's better to just, you know, not do that. Wow. It's diverging a lot from the values that I got out of METAR TAF, but that's not a problem. So I mean, the active runway is still the same, so it doesn't really matter. Takeoff weight, that would be 1317. Oh boy, what have I done? I'm pretty sure oh, wrong keybind there because I didn't click on the screen. So 1317. So air conditioning is on, thrust is on flex, 1515 for the flap settings. Compute, let's calculate that. Runway is dry, anti-ice is off, yeah. And now we wait for the calculations. 148, 149, 151, flex 53, and the trim is 1.1 up. Okay. So, first of all, we have, I think we can finally turn the pitch trim on. Yes, we can, and the ATS and so on. That's amazing. So, should turn this on because we're gonna be needing it soon. The IPU generators and the engine generators once we start the engines, obviously. So, 151. Oh my god. So tricky. Okay. Oh my lord. Come on. Come on. Doesn't have to be this hard. 151. Alright. So we have that. Takeoff approach. 148. What have we? Oh my god. Wrong place. Oh. The angle. Because it's 3D, so it's very confusing to hit the right spot. Well, 148. And it should be 149 here. There we go. 148, 149, 151. Then we could set up the trim. It says 1.1. So if you look right there, you can see the trim, and we move it via this thing here, 1.1 up. That should be about that. All right. So now one can safely assume everyone's inside, because I don't want to wait like I don't want to pretend wait like 40 minutes to board 275 passengers. So I'm just gonna assume that is over and done with, and then we can finally close the doors and get rid of the stairs. Oh, we're flexing 53, so we gotta go here. Flex TO 53, amazing. Okie dokie, now that we have that out of the way, we should go back and to the ground ops page, ground services, and air stairs. Goodbye, air stairs. No more air stairs, because we're done. Everyone's inside our Lufthansa Express airplane. Lovely, lovely. Look at that. The doors are finally closed. We should be able to start APU soon and then push back and call it a day. Because then again, it's not full flight video. It's just like showing you how to start up from cold and dark, how to put the flight in and so on, starting with a classic airliner with a 90 setting-ish, and then moving on to the cargo variant, which has the fancy one, the fancy panel where you can, you know, do neat stuff, ATSU stuff, which is very fancy, and CPDLC as well, which is more for VAT sim, but still It's pretty nifty. It's just not very realistic for a 93 airliner to have that. So I'm back to the OG one for now, which is the one I'm gonna cover initially, and I'm covering, but you know. Okay, so profile and nav. We'll be cruising at 35,000 feet today. 35. There we go. Okay. So now this shouldn't be pulled for now. So you gotta wait, little guy. Eventually, yeah, we gotta pull it, but not now. Not now. Not now. Signs, seatbelt, no smoking, and time to start APU. Because we have full alignment, as you can see. P-pause, yeah, it's reporting. Oh, that's not P-pause. That is P-pause, right? Look at that. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so now we have it all working nicely. Time to start APU. First of all, we gotta get all the pumps turned on. Otherwise, there's no fuel flow, and then it's not gonna work. You know. So let's get all of that turned on. Amazing. Galley. And then APU, here we come. We wait a good couple of seconds for the flap to open. I'm not sure if it's like the A320 on that regard or not, if you can just start it right away, but I like to wait just a little bit and then we start the APU. Look at that. Here's the APU coming to life. Here's the economy climb. No, I don't have engine not out. No. Okay, look at that. Oh yeah, it's coming to life. It's alive. It lives. It lives. Look at it. Look at it go. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. It's a very nice sighting. APU finally coming to life. The miracle of life. Let's move outside. Let's listen to it. Oh. Okay. There we go. So we have the APU available. 100% generating. Look at that. Ah, that's brilliant. Okay, now that we have the APU, we can start the APU bleed. Otherwise, we cannot start the engine without APU bleed, right? So, external power, goodbye. Beacon lights on, strobe on. We're gonna push. Finally, return. Chucks are gone. External power is gone. Chucks are gone. Then we can obviously call for pushback. Pre-plan. Oh dear. Okay, let's turn this way. Like so.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledge. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
Ooh. Oh, that's great. Alright, I'm ready. You can start.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Look at that. Look at that, boy. You see the sounds. Perhaps a little too loud. So, dial that back a notch. What is it doing? The airplane's over here, buddy. Come on. Come on. Look at it. Oh, yeah. Okay, you can stop. Come on.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Then do it. Come on, buddy. And then they're gonna lift the airplane up. And that's about it. Oh yeah, they're lifting it. They should be lifting it now. About now. There we go. It's being lifted up. Oh yeah, the transponder. To transponder mode, but not TRA for now. Okay. There we go. Precision height for departure, -5. Okay, I can finally start the engines, huh? Okay, so we move this to B first, start engine 2. Wait for it to get around 25 into about that, and then we enable the fuel flow. And then it starts. It's just like that. Not very complex at all. Engine starts on Airbus are very simple. Both on A320, A300, A310. It's very, very simple. Okay. Should be about... Yeah, that's about enough. 20... The temperature's okay. Yeah, let's give this some juice. Look at how it kicks in now. Stuff first. Engine coming to life. The second engine, I mean, coming to life. Oh, look at that. Lufthansa Express. A blast from the past. Quite a blast from the past. Very neat reflections as well, look at that. Oh yeah. I love the engine sound so much. Okay, so we have it ready to start engine 1 now. Shall we? There we go, it's coming to life. As we speak. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So our takeoff was flaps 15, so once we have the engines, both engines stable, gotta get the flaps ready as well. It's 20, is it getting about 22? Depends on temperature, obviously. This goes up to 25. Air mileage may vary. There we go. Starting engine 1. Oh yeah, listen to that. Power. Power, baby. Plenty. Oh. Okay. Parking brakes are set. Okay. Standing by. Quite lovely aircraft. TCAS standby as intended. Alright, disconnect. Both engines seem stable, so we move that to off. Then we turn off the APU and the bleed, and we turn on the taxi lights because we're going to start taxiing. This is where you actually ask for taxi clearance and stuff. As flying offline, don't need that. Nope. Thankfully, because, you know, Heathrow, even though it's a weekday, it would be a nightmare. It's just, it's Tuesday, but even so, it would still be quite a nightmare to get clearance out of Heathrow. As per usual, you know, it's just a time-consuming task flying out of Heathrow on VATSIM. Any network, essentially, I think. Okay, so now we get the flaps. There we go. And then we armed, oh, there we go. Lovely. So, should be, wait, yeah, flaps. Look at that. Lovely, lovely airplane. Ooh, yeah, baby. Alright. I think we might be just about ready for taxi. Might as well be, yeah. Let's move. Let's get moving. Parking brake is off. So we add some power. And taxi to runway 9 right for departure. At last. Didn't take too long, did it? Was quite a fast setup today. Sounds lovely. And off to Frankfurt we go. As I said before, I'm just gonna be showing the takeoff, and that's about it. Not a full flight video. It's just a kind of cold in the dark-ish video. Cold in the dark should take off. Then the landing you gotta figure out by yourself. I might cover it later on. Who knows? Cause I'm well, let's say I don't have a physical throttle, so the way I land the airplane is not the way you should actually fly it at all. Because like I don't have a reverse. I don't have reverse thrust whatsoever, so it's not very realistic the way I'm doing it now, because I have no other option. Like X-Plane doesn't let me do it like in prepared, where you can bind everything to a single key, so you can decrease thrust, and also if you press it further, once it goes past idle, you can actually, you know, engage reverse thrust. I don't have that option whatsoever, so I kind of have to use medium auto brakes, or just low auto brakes, but like take the whole runway, because no reverse thrust, no dice. And honestly, it's not too bad. I mean, I never had any sort of issues like overrunning the runway or anything like that. It's just that it's not very realistic, in a sense that that's not how they operate the A300, you know. I mean, unless you're operating with reversing op, which, I mean, it could happen, but I mean, the airplane was not that old back then. It was just less than 10 years old, I think. It was 93, so yeah, less than 10. Very unlikely to be the case with, I mean, it's a Lufthansa airplane. Lufthansa Technique doesn't let that happen. I hope they don't. So it's not the right procedure by any means, which is why I should not be covering it, because it wouldn't be the right way. It wouldn't be correct from a simulation standpoint. And that would not be very neat, would it? So yeah, I won't be covering that unless at one point I get a throttle, then yeah. Because X-Plane just does not let me, very much unlike Prepare, the Microsoft Flight Sim, it doesn't let me engage reverse thrust. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of sad, but we make it work with just the auto brakes. It is what it is. Oops, I just realized I'm going a little bit too fast here. Was not checking out the speed. Not very nice, not very nice, but it's okay. It's fine, really. Well, yeah, so far I'm very impressed with the A300. Very nice to fly. It feels very, very heavy, but it's not like it's a good kind of heavy, you know. I mean, it is a big airplane, carrying up to 208 passengers, so it's a big boy, and it feels like a big boy, and it's very, very solid to land as well, specifically. It's very convincing. I've never flown an A300 or any airplane for that matter, but it does, you know, it does convince me quite a bit. Very solid airplane. And the sounds, oh baby, they're fantastic. And in fact, I mean, you have the packs, you have the cargo as well. It's just so much fun, so many routes you can pick from, and endless possibilities, both classic and current day. I mean, current day you would be looking at freighter ops mainly in the US, you know, UPS, FedEx and stuff, but classic wise you're covered with a bunch of stuff. It's it really is great. All right, so let's get this baby boy lined up for departure. There we go. This is the holding point. Now we get TIRA over here, like so. Landing lights, strobe, takeoff. There we go. Basically, all set up for our beloved departure. Oh, why is this not turned on? Def D for that one. Auto brake max. Now we can turn it on. Generally, you just turn it on once you're about to take off, because it could trigger. I mean, if you brake a little bit too fast, it could perhaps trigger, and that would not be very nice. Should have brake temperatures and should have brake lifespan and so on. So important to keep that in mind. Okay, we're all lined up very nicely there. Now we add power. First of all, let's run this. Okay, that's the chrono for the flight time. We hit over here for the takeoff power. We're gonna be doing flex MCT takeoff 53 flex. So we just kind of pitch down a little bit. Let's wait for 80% ish, and we're off. Goodbye Heathrow. Look at it. Speed SRS takeoff. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at the thing row. It's so heavy. I've been carrying 275 passengers today, so it is indeed very heavy. It's a big, chunky boy today. And that's rotate. Oopsie daisy. Ooh, that was perhaps a little bit too aggressive. Let's gain some speed. There's the flaps coming up. Landing gear also must come up. Goodbye, landing gear. It was nice having you, but you gotta go, mate. There we go. Oh, oopsie, I was a little distracted there. Autopilot is on. Should be doing swing. Yeah, do not do that like I did. Do not just abandon the airplane and take exterior screenshots instead of actually concentrating on getting off properly, but I really wanted to get a departure shot. But there we go. Now we're climbing like a rocket ship. I think transition 6000 in the UK in it. That's about it. Return to the main page. Now we're mostly set here. Mostly set. What is that? What is that I hear? I hear the voice. Oh, is that a PAX announcement? Could it be? Oh. Yeah, that was a cabin announcement, I think. I really didn't see that one coming, huh? I completely forgot about it. Oh, look, it's going again. How do I... Wow, that was pretty dope, though. Yeah, look at that. Okay, let's try and get into the... Oh my god. I want to listen to it. Why did it stop? No. I wanted to listen. Now it's not working. Oh boy. It's a shame. Anyway, let's wait for 6000, then we move this to standard. It should be linked, yeah. There we go. Now we're climbing like a rocket ship. Oh, I forgot about that. That should be cleared after I lifted the landing gear, but it's fine. Single pilot operation, you know, it's not ideal. Completely not ideal. It's not how one flies plane, you know. What can you do? What can you do? Just wait until I pass 10,000 feet. Climbing on auto mode. Amazing. Fully managed climb. Very, very speedy kind of climb. Should be like about 1 hour until Frankfurt. More or less. About that, yeah. So, yeah, we're getting close to that mark, so it's time to say goodbye. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's a different one. Not one that I mean, it's my first A300 video. I should be recording more A300 videos, A310 as well eventually. I hope you guys enjoyed this somewhat different content, because I have mainly been like recording Flight Sim 2020 and prepared, but I wanted to try different stuff. Like honestly, I'm kind of burned out, so I'm trying to find new airplanes to fly and new routes, new airlines, new operations, doing some retro stuff that I never actually did before, and it's been plenty of fun, you know, this kind of self-discovery, trying to find out What else I enjoy flying, because I really love the A320, but I just I wanted more, you know, than just the A320 in terms of like route options and carriers, just to kind of diversify stuff a little bit more, you know what I mean? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it could be helpful in some ways if you're trying to learn the A300, the A310 as it applies as well. So I hope it could be helpful in a way. If you have any questions, comment sections right down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video, which should come soon, hopefully. I'm finally on break from university, so I should be able to be finally churning out new videos. You know, the lovely content with questionable quality, but you know how it is if you follow the channel. It's all over the place, but it's made with love. That's what matters. So I see you guys hopefully soon. Bye bye.